Good morning students, this is the fourth video of surface of revolution. What is surface of revolution? If a curve revolves about an axis, see here, if a curve revolves about an axis, we get a three-dimensional solid shape. Here our black line denotes a curve. Okay, this black line denotes a curve. See here, this black line revolves about this axis. Okay, this curve revolves about an axis, we get a three-dimensional solid shape. Here we get this pink color denotes a three-dimensional solid shape. This three-dimensional solid shape surface is called surface of revolution. Okay, here surface of revolution means surface area of this three-dimensional solid shape is called surface of revolution. In previous videos we discussed about volume of revolution means this three-dimensional solid shape volume is called volume of revolution, and surface area of this three-dimensional solid shape is called surface revolution. Okay, see how the curve revolves about this axis. Okay, see here, is it x or y or any other axis? Okay, see here. Okay, this is called revolution. Revolution means complete turn of 360 degrees. Okay, a complete turn of 360 degrees is called revolution. Here the black curve revolves about this axis. Next, these are the surface area formulas. First and second are in Cartesian form. Based on x-axis we have two formulas. This is the polar form. Here also we have two formulas. If it revolves about an x-axis we write f of x. If it revolves about an y-axis we write f of y. And last one is parametric form. Here also we have two formulas, f of x and or f of y, based on the axis. See here. Next, in this video we are going to discuss about two important theorems. What are they? Pappus theorems. First one is Pappus theorem about volume of revolution. Okay, Pappus theorem about volume of revolution. See here. First I read statement here. This is statement. Okay, see, if a closed plane curve revolves about a straight line in its plane, then the volume of the solid of revolution thus formed is obtained on multiplying the area of the region enclosed by the curve with the length of the path described by the centroid of the region. First, what is our given curve? Closed plane curve. In this here we have a just curve. This is not closed. Okay. Here we have a closed curve. Closed curve means starting and ending point are coincide. See here. This is if this is starting point, this curve again stops here, and that means we can't find the starting and ending points. Closed curve means closed object. See here, this is our closed curve. If a closed curve revolves about a straight line means about an axis, is it x or y or any other axis, so we say just straight line. The closed curve, this is our closed curve, revolves about an axis. Here we take x-axis. Revolves means like this. Okay, see here. See here, what we have here? Closed plane curve. We have closed plane curve. Okay, revolves about a straight line means axis. Okay, see here how it was. See here. This is a closed curve. Okay, this is a closed curve. This closed curve revolves about y-axis. Here we take y-axis. See here, like this. Here we can understand clearly. See here, this is a closed curve. The pink colored denotes a closed plane curve. Okay, this revolves about this axis, and like this it's complete. If we complete turn means it completed here, we get a circle shape, that means donut shape. Okay, see here. Okay, this is called This figure shows the rotation of a closed plane curve. Okay, if a closed plane curve revolves about an axis, we get this type of shape. The pink colored denotes a closed plane curve. Okay, this is closed plane curve. It revolves about a straight line. This blue line denotes a straight line. We get this shape like this. Its complete term means both are. See here, this is the closed curve revolves. We get this type of three-dimensional solid shape. See here, this orange color area is our closed curve. This revolves about the axis. We get this donut shape solid. Okay, see here. Next, if a closed plane curve revolves about a straight line in its plane, then the volume of the solid of revolution is formed by multiplying the area of the region and enclosed by the curve with the length of the path. That means volume of the solid is equals to the area of the region, that means A, into length of the path, some length L, say L. We have to show that the volume is equals to area of the region into length of the path. Okay, this is called Papa's theorem on volume of revolution. Here we take a closed plane curve. It revolves about a straight line, and that curve and straight line are not intersecting. What is the condition here? The straight line is not intersecting the curve. So separate. See here. See, this is straight line. This is revolves about this straight line. Okay, here the straight line and the curve is not intersecting anyway. Okay, see here. If a closed plane curve revolves about straight line in its plane, then the volume of the solid is equals to area of region into length of the path. That is our theorem. Okay, we have to show volume of the solid is equals to area of the region into length of the path. Okay, see here. This is our, say, the C is our closed curve. Let the C is our closed curve. Okay, what is C? This red color circle, oval shaped, is our closed curve. Say, let this closed curve revolves about x-axis. On which axis it is revolves? On x-axis. Say, let. Given it revolves about a straight line. Here we take the straight line as x-axis. Okay, next. We take 2 points on this curve and draw 2 parallel lines. These GA and HB parallel to y-axis. Okay, the AG line and HB line are parallel to y-axis. Tell me, what is the point here? At G, what we say here? This straight line is called x equals to a line. Okay, this, what is the line? This. Okay, the first line denotes x equals to a line, and this is the, let's say, x equals to b line. These are the 2 parallel lines of y-axis, and let P1 and P2 are any 2 points on this curve. Okay, P1 and P2 are any 2 points on this curve. This is P1 point, this is P2 point. That, and M is the distance from P1 to M, say, is y1, because this is also parallel to y-axis. So I take this distance as y1. And M to P2. Okay, what is the distance between MP2? Say y2. Okay, MP1 is y1 and MP2 is y2. Okay, and this is x equals to a line, this is x equals to b line. Okay, this is our curve. Closed curve revolves about x-axis. First we say, see here. See, let's see is our closed curve. Take x-axis is the axis of revolution. From the data, The closed curve revolves about straight line. Here we take that straight line as x-axis. Here x equals to a and y equals to b are two parallel lines of y-axis. Okay, next. And meet the closed curve C at the points A and B. These two parallel lines meet the curve C. Here, what are the tangent points? The parallel lines and this curve touches at A, and this parallel line x equals to b and b are and curve are joined at B. So A and B are the points on C. See next. See here. A and B are the points on C. The curve lying between the coordinates x equals to A and x equals to B. See here. Our curve is between these two lines only. Okay. We draw two lines, two tangent lines of this curve. First one is x equals to A and x equals to B. The curve laying between these two lines only. Okay, see here. So we take limits as A to B. The coordinates x equals to A and x equals to B. And let P1, P2 are 2 points on the curve. Here MP1 equals to Y1 and MP2 equals to Y2. Okay, where Y1, Y2 are functions of x, varying between A and B. These the Y1, Y2 values also laying between A and B. This is A value, this is B value. In the in between we take Y1, Y2 value. So the values of Y1, Y2 laying between A and B values. This is our graph. This red line denotes our curve, closed curve C, and we draw two tangent lines of this closed curve. One is the x equals to A line and second one is x equals to B. These two lines are parallel to y-axis, and this curve lying between these two parallel lines, that is x equals to A and x equals to B. So we take these are the limit points. Okay. Next, I next take 2 points P1 and P2 on the curve, and the distance between MP1 equals to Y1 and MP2 equals to Y2, and where Y1, Y2 also are functions of x, and laying between the points A and B. Okay. First we write about all this graph. Next. Now I write the volume of revolution formula. Already we know that formulas. What are they? On x-axis, what is the volume of revolution? See here. This is the formula of volume of revolution on x-axis. V equals to integral A to B pi y square dx. In volume of revolution, we discussed about these formulas. Okay. Here also we have 4 formulas. In Cartesian form we have 2, in polar form and Cartesian form. Our curve is in Cartesian form. So, and revolves about x-axis. So, what is the formula of volume of revolution? V equals to integral A to B pi y square dx. Okay, this is the formula of volume of revolution. But here we have, see here, but here we have closed curve. So, I take, see here. First I find the total volume from y2 means, this is y2, see here, integral A to B pi y2 square dx gives the total area of this total volume. From this black line denotes the area of y2. Okay, and but we want only this curve, closed curve area. So I subtract the total area from the remaining this area. Okay, this is y1 area. The total denotes the y2 area and the below part denotes y1 area. If we subtract total area from y1 area, we get the only closed curve area. Okay, see here. That's why I write, see here, pi integral A to B y2 square dx minus pi integral A to B pi y1 square dx. Okay, volume of revolution formula is integral A to B pi yt square dx minus integral A to B pi y1 square dx. Why we write here like this? If we write pi y2 square dx, we get the volume. Which volume we get? We get total volume from curve to x-axis. And if we write y1, we get only below the curve area. That means, see here, we get this area only. The black, if we write y2, we get total area from curve to axis. If we write y1, we get only below the curve area, but we want only curve area. So, total area minus below the curve area, we get the curve area. Okay. See here. So, I write integral a to b pi y2 square dx minus integral a to b pi y1 square dx. This is the volume of the closed curve. Next, now I take common pi integral a to b, take common. The remaining term are y2 square minus y1 square dx. Let this equation number 1. Next, I write the centroid of the region. See here, what is the formula of centroid of the region? See here. Also, the ordinate y dash or y bar of the centroid of the region is y bar equals to, what is the formula? Integral a to b half y1 plus y2 into y2 minus y1 by a dx. This is the formula of centroid of the see here, y bar equals to integral a to b half y1 plus y2 into y2 minus y1 by a dx. This denotes this integral only on numerator, not in denominator. Okay, this is the numerator. This is the centroid of the region formula. Okay, next, from this, what is the constant? What is a here? Capital A denotes the area of the region. Area means constants. Okay, and 1 by 2 is also a constant here. y1, y2 are functions in x. So, we integrate only y1 and y2, and 1 by 2a is constant. So, I write outside. What we write outside? 1 by 2 into a, 2a. I write 1 by 2a outside. And what is the value of y2 minus y1 into y2 plus y1? Here we have y2 minus y1 and y into y2 plus y1. This is equals to y2 square minus y1 square. Is it clear or not? This capital A denotes the area. Area means one constant value. So, 1 by 2 is also constant here. A also constant. And y1, y2 are functions of x. Already in here we write, see here, where y1, y2 are functions of x. So, we integrate y1, y2 and I write constant 1 by 2a outside. Tell me what we have here. y2 minus y1 into y2 plus y1. This is equals to y2 square minus y1 square. So, next see here. Y dash equals to 1 by 2a is constant. Integral a to b y2 square minus y1 square into dx. Now, I send 2a to LHS. So, we get 2a y bar equals to integral a to b y2 square minus y1 square dx. Let this equation number 3. What is equation number 1? V equals to pi into integral a to b y2 square minus y1 square dx is 1. But here from 3, which this value is equals to what? 2a y bar. Okay, is it clear? From equation number 3, not pi, only integral a to b y2 square minus y1 square dx is equals to, see here, integral a to b y2 square minus y1 square dx is equals to 2a y bar. Okay, so I write this value in equation number 1. What is equation number 1? V equals to pi into, instead of this, what we write here? 2a y bar. Therefore, V equals to what? V equals to pi into 2a y bar. See here. Therefore, V equals to pi into 2a y bar. Now, I write this V as a into 2 pi y bar. That means volume is equals to area into, here what is 2 pi y bar? Length of the region. Okay. See here. 2 pi y bar being the length of the path described by the centroid. Okay, this is the most important theorem. What is that theorem? Pappus theorem and volume of revolution. Here we take a closed plane curve, revolves about a straight line, then the volume of the, if any curve revolves about a line, we get a three-dimensional solid shape. Okay, so that solid shape have volume, surface and length also. Here we have to show the volume of that solid is equals to area of that region into length of the path. Volume of that solid is equals to area of the region into length of the path. Okay, this is the Pappus theorem on volume of revolution. For this we take a closed curve C, and this closed curve revolves about straight line. Here we take that straight line as x-axis, and I draw two parallel lines of x equals to a, x equals to b of y-axis. These two parallel lines touches this curve at a, the points a and b. So these are the limit points of this curve, and I take two more points P1 and P2 on this curve. The distance of P1M is y1 and P2M is y2. Now I write the formula of volume of revolution. What is the formula of volume of revolution? Integral a to b 2 pi y dx. Here I take y square dx, sorry, pi y square dx. Okay, see here. What is the formula of volume of revolution? Pi y square dx. See here, we write here. This is volume. Here we have to find the only closed curve area. If we take y2, if we write pi y2 square dx, we get the volume of this total curve and up to axis. This curve from curve to this axis, total area, this is equals to pi y2 square dx is equals to total area, sorry, total volume. And if we write y1 pi y1 square dx, we get the below the curve area. Okay, volume, but we want only curve volume. So I subtract this below curve volume from total volume, we get the volume of this closed curve. So what formula we write here? The volume of V of the solid of revolution is pi integral a to b y2 square dx minus pi integral a to b y1 square dx. Here I take pi integral a to b dx is common, and remaining term is y2 square minus y1 square, and let this equation number 1. Now we have to write the y bar formula. What is y bar here? See here, what is y bar? Y bar equals to in numerator integral a to b half y1 plus y2 into y2 minus y1 by a dx. This is the formula of the centroid of the region. Next, here by a is the area of the region, so it is constant, and 1 by 2 also constant, so I write 1 by 2 outside, and y2 minus y1 into y2 plus y1 is equals to y2 square minus y1 square and to dx. Therefore 2a y bar equals to what the value? Integral a to b y2 square minus y1 square dx. Now I substitute this value in equation number 1. What is equation number 1? V equals to pi into integral a to b y2 square minus y1 square dx. Instead of this, what I write here? 2a y bar. Okay, V equals to pi into 2a y bar. So see here, V equals to pi into 2a y bar. That means V equals to A volume equals to A means area into 2 pi y bar, where 2 pi y bar denotes the length of the centroid. See here, 2 pi y being the length of the path described by the centroid. This is the Pappus theorem. Next, surface of revolution. First one is volume of revolution. Pappus theorem about volume of revolution. Second is surface of revolutions. Surface of revolution, Pappus theorem. This is same. If a closed plane curve revolves about a straight line and this straight line and curve is not intersecting, then the surface of the solid revolution is formed is obtained by the multiplying the length of the curve with that of the path described by the centroid of the curve. Okay, see here what we have to show here. Surface of revolution is equals to, that means S is equals to length of the arc, that means L, into path, length of the path, something path. This is the surface of revolution on of Pappus theorem. Okay, here also we take a closed curve and this closed plane curve revolves about a straight line. Here we take that straight line as x-axis. If this curve revolves about a x-axis, we get a three-dimensional solid shape. That three-dimensional solid shape surface area is equals to length into path, length of the path by the centroid of the curve. Okay, see here. Let C be the closed curve and take x-axis is the axis of revolution, similarly in previous video as. Okay, next, the surface of S of the solid revolution is, what is the surface of revolution formulas? In Cartesian form revolves about an x-axis. What is the formula? S equals to integral A to B. Okay, next, A to B 2 pi f of x root 1 plus f dash x whole square dx. This is the formula of surface of revolution in Cartesian form on x-axis, revolution on x-axis. Here we take limits are from 0 to L, where L is the length of that closed curve. And f of x means y. I write y equals to f of x, so I write y in f of x place. That 1 plus f dash x whole square dx is equals to ds, where ds means length of the arc. Okay, length of plane curves. First videos. In integral calculus first video we discussed about length of plane curves. What is the formula of length of plane curve on x-axis? If the given curve is y equals to f of x form, what is the length of the arc? ds equals to integral a to b root 1 plus f dash x whole square dx. Here 1 plus f dash x whole square dx is equals to ds. F of x means y. This is 2 pi and limits are 0 to L. This is the solid surface of revolution. This closed plane curve surface of revolution is what? Integral 0 to L 2 pi y ds. Let this equation number 1, where L denotes the length of the arc of the curve. Okay, and y is the function of S. What is y here? Length of the arc. Okay, function of x. Next, the centroid, here also we take centroid formula. Okay, centroid of the curve is y bar equals to, in numerator, integral 0 to L y ds by L. What is the value of y into L? Y into L is integral 0 to L y ds. This is equation number 2. Now I substitute 2 in 1. What is 1 here? S equals to integral 0 to L 2 pi y ds. What we get into integral 0 to L? Only y ds. Here we have 2 pi y ds. Here we have only 0 to L y ds. So I write S equals to 2 pi integral 0 to L y ds from 1. What is integral 0 to L y ds? Y bar into L. Therefore, S equals to 2 pi into y bar L. So, this is the surface of revolution in Pappus theorem. Here, L is length and 2 pi y bar is the path of the center given curve. Okay, next see here, 2 pi y bar being the length of the path described by the centroid. This is the Papa's theorem on surface of revolution. Surface of solid of revolution is formed by obtaining the multiplying the length of the curve and the path described by the centroid of the curve. So here we get S equals to, S means solid of surface of revolution, L means length, and 2 pi y bar is the path described by the centroid. This is the Papa's theorem on surface of revolution. These two are the most important theorems in integral calculus 4th unit. Okay. Now we have one formula problem here. Find the surface of the solid obtained by the revolving the chordioid r equals to a into 1 minus cos theta. And already in previous video we solved r equals to a into 1 plus cos theta. Already we solved r equals to a into 1 plus cos theta, but here we have only 1 minus cos theta. Solid of surface of revolution on about the initial line. Initial line means, what is initial line means? X-axis. On x-axis, in which form the equation has? We have the equation in polar form. In polar form on x-axis. What is the formula? See here. This is the formula of surface of revolution in polar form. On x-axis we write here f dash x. Okay. Integral theta 1 to theta 2 2 pi f of x into root r square plus dr by d theta whole square. What is r here? What we have r here? R equals to a into 1 minus cos theta. What is dr by theta? Derivative of this r. What is f of x? In polar form, x equals to r cos theta and y equals to r sin theta. Y means f of x. So we write f of x as r sin theta. 2 pi is the constant, and from the graph we find the theta 1 to theta 2 values. Okay, is it clear? Our given equation is in polar form. What is that? AR equals to a into 1 minus cos theta. And this curve revolves about initial line. Initial line means x-axis. So in polar form on x-axis, surface of revolution formula is this one. What is that? S equals to integral theta 1 to theta 2 2 pi f of x root r square plus dr by d theta whole square. Here what is f of x? In polar form, the x and y values are, x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta. Y means f of x. So we write this value r sin theta here. And r square means given equation whole square. Dr by d theta is derivative of given equation whole square, and theta 1 to theta are limits. See here. Given chordioid is r equals to a into 1 minus cos theta. Okay, next that this equation number 1. From the graph, limits are 0, pi. And in polar form, x value is r cos theta, y value is r sin theta. And given the curve revolves about the initial line means x-axis. These are the all from data. We write all these points from the data. The surface of revolution in polar form on x-axis is v equals to integral theta 1 to theta 2 2 pi f of x means y. So I write y directly. Okay, y into root r square plus dr by d theta whole square. We know that theta 1 to theta 2 0, pi. And y value is r sin theta, and we know the r value a into 1 minus cos theta, but we find dr by d theta value. So I write differentiate 1 with respect to theta. So d by d theta of r equals to d by d theta of a into 1 minus cos theta. A is constant, so I write a. What is the differentiation of 1? 0 minus, what is the differentiation of cos theta? Minus sin theta. Minus into minus plus. So a into sin theta is the value of dr by d theta. So we have all values in this formula. So I substitute all values in 2. Theta 1 to theta 2 means 0 2 pi into 2 pi. What is y? R sin theta root r square means given equation a into 1 minus cos theta whole square, and dr by d theta value is a sin theta whole square d theta. Okay, next same 2 pi, what is r? From the given equation r equals to a into 1 minus cos theta sin theta same. Whole square means a whole square means a square, 1 minus cos theta ante means a minus b whole square formula, a square plus b square minus 2ab plus a square sin square theta. Okay, next 2 pi, this is the constant, I write outside. Same r sin theta, a square, I take a square common in these two terms, 1 plus cos square minus 2 cos theta plus sin square theta. Next 2 pi, r means a into 1 minus cos theta sin theta. Root a square means a, so I write outside. In root 1 plus, what is cos square plus sin square theta? 1. 1 plus 1 means 2. 2 minus 2 cos theta. Now I write cos 2 theta formulas. 2 pi a into a square, I write outside, integral 0 to pi. Next 1 minus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta formula in sin squares, in terms of sin squares, 1 minus 2 sin square theta by 2. In root I take 2 common, here also I write the same formula, 1 minus cos 2 theta formula is 1 minus 2 sin square theta by 2. Next here 1 cancel, what the remaining term? 2 sin square theta by 2. And what is the formula of sin 2 theta? 2 sin theta cos theta. But here I have only sin theta. So I write 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Here also 1 cancel. What is the remaining term? 2 into 2, 4 sin square theta by 2. Sin square theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 is sin cube theta by 2. This is cos theta by 2. 1 cancel, we get 2 into 2 sin square theta by 2, 2 into 2 4 pi a square, I write outside. Next 4 pi a square into 2, 8 pi a square sin cube cos root of 4 sin square theta by 2 is 2 sin theta by 2 d theta. Next 2 into 8, 16 pi a square sin cube into sin power 4 theta by 2 cos theta by 2 d theta. Now we integrate this one. Okay, for this let sin theta 1 equals to t. Differentiate with respect to t, what we get? Sin theta differentiation is cos theta by 2 into constant is 1 by 2, d theta is dt. Therefore d theta is equal to 2 by cos theta by 2 dt. Oh, okay. Next, if you change that function, then we have to change that limit points also. For theta equals to 0, what is t? See here, we get, let sin theta by 2 equals to 0. What are the limits? 0 comma pi. So first I put theta equals to 0 in this one. So we get t equals to sin 0 by 2. Sin 0 by 2 means sin 0. Sin 0 is 0. So therefore for theta equals to 0, t is 0. Now put theta equals to pi. Then we get t equals to sin pi by 2. What is sin pi by 2? 1. So for theta equals to pi, we get t equals to 1. Now the limits changed as 0 to 1. Sin power 4 theta means t power 4 cos theta by 2. What is d theta? 2 by cos theta by 2 dt. Here cos cancel. And 2 into 16 is 32 pi a square, I write outside, and t power 4 dt. What is the integration of t power 4? T power 5 by 5. Now substitute 1 in 1 comma 0 in t place. So we get 1 power 5 by 5, 0 power 5 by 5. Therefore 1 by 5. Therefore what is the surface area of revolution is 32 by 5 into pi a square. This is the surface of this cardioid, r equals to a into 1 minus cos theta. Thank you.